Hello. Good Sunday. I hope that you are having a wonderful day today. Look at my ice. Today is my day of rest. I've got a full house. I'm renting a room from someone, and there's a lot of kids here today, so me and Pancho are, which is nice to have a house full of kids, but Pancho and I are just hanging out, and I'm working on the Earth Angel project, and I'm doing a lot of my spiritual studying, working on the, taking a little break from the evil cabal and the tarot part of it, kind of the storytelling, and kind of working on the origins and the history of this Earth Angel novella. And this is really kind of getting into a territory that, being raised Mormon and Christian, it is very unfamiliar. And I'll be honest with you, it made me a little uncomfortable at first, because I was like, that's sacrilegious to believe this shit. But of course, this is for entertainment purposes only. The Earth Angel novella the Earth Angel project is, although based on actual true events, it is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying that this is the gospel or the truth, but this is me tracking or documenting my spiritual journey, and having a better understanding of who I am and where I come from, and my role as a light worker. And yes, I believe I'm a light worker, as an empath, as a child of God. I believe wholeheartedly that this project, when it reaches people, will help them come to their own terms of who they are and where they come from, and not because they're taking my word for it, but because they're taking their own spiritual journey. That's what my wish is. And since doing this, I have just been so amazed at how the universe really does conspire in your favor once you surrender to it. And I know that sounds crazy. I know. It's hard to describe. But, it's really taught me to look at things, whereas before, my rock bottoms, and I've hit rock bottoms multiple times, or these bad things that have happened to me, or in this Earth Angel novella, the things that have happened to the Earth Angel, or where the evil cabal is doing all this horrible black magic. It's not evil. I mean, trust me, the shit that they're doing is fucking evil. But being able to look at it from the narrator's perspective, from a God perspective, yes, go ahead and judge me for saying that, but from a higher God point of view, looking at the overall picture, not just this tiny little world that we live on, this rock, third rock from the sun that we live on. You don't see it. It doesn't devastate you. It doesn't put you in fear. Like, when you see the world around us and the people that are in charge, and, how purposely we're being driven in fear. And it can be enough to overwhelm and make you feel like you want to just give up. And it's enough to drive you to drink, right? But I have not relapsed. Come here, Pancho. Come on. You want to come lay with me? What's the matter, handsome boy? Come here. Yes, you can come here. Come on. Oh, the chingo. Excuse me. Oh, my handsome boy. Want to be a part of that? We want to see you too, handsome. There we go. That's my handsome boy. Is he not the most handsome boy ever? I love you. And I sniff you too. He's like, oh, she gonna be talking her crazy shite. Anyway, so this project has been such an amazing part of my spiritual journey and my healing and keeping me sober, and it has really freed me from a lot. And people may look at me and from a 3D material perspective say, well, you don't have much, and I'm very okay with that. May not look like much. Got to get some dental work done, got a nice little makeover, a haircut. I haven't had a haircut in over 2 years. Yeah, some of that stuff would be nice, but God, my inside, my heart, my light, it's like I'm a different person. Not a different person. I'm the person that I've always been meant to be. And I am in no way perfect whatsoever. I still, every day, am challenged. But having the knowledge that I have now and having the love that I have now for myself and knowing who I am makes it so much easier to get through the day. So I am so grateful for this project. Now I'm going to light me some Palo Santo. I got some, look at that, Panchitos. God, it smells so good. This always reminds me of Medina Lake. My dad would, well, it was mesquite wood, but it just reminds me of good memories growing up. I've got my fan on, so. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. We're good. We're good. Don't worry. I'm not going to set you on fire, bud. But this is to cleanse the air. I know I'm all woo-woo now. And I was like this before I started working at a place that's Native American. It's kind of cool though now that I work at a place that honors that, so I don't want to smoke it out too much because my... Okay. Because I do live with other people now. Are you good? Did you get saged? Did you get Palo Santo? Did all the energy, bad energy go? Okay, so anyway, I had a really hard time sleeping last night. Really hard time sleeping, but I finally fell asleep, and then Pancho woke me up bright and early to get him out. And I got to take a good nap this morning. And it's feeling a little sluggish, but I decided I'm going to get up anyway. It's a little cloudy here, and I'm going to go ahead and stay in. I've got my new crystals that I got yesterday, my $3 crystals. I have them out of their bags. I'm going to be cleansing them today, and I think we've got a moon on the 20th, so I will put those out, trying new things. But anyway, I found a new person. I posted recently about the Archons and the reset plan. It sounds really high level. There have been a few things that I've been listening to that have been like, whoa. There was another really good one about AI. It gets a little sci-fi for me, I'm not gonna lie. And then I posted something about Archons and the history of the Archons, who are because she talks about them and how right now it ties to the Earth Angel novella, the one that I posted. It's like Sunday school collection, and she talks about how in the Earth Angel novella right now, the evil cabal, which are the Archons, the evil people that are trying to have us live in fear, tried desperately recently to reset. I mean, because the world is falling apart. Now, I'm going to tie this into current events. It doesn't mean that it's true, it's just coincidental. Right now we've got like the crazy Epstein falling out. You've got MTG actually talking sense. I was very impressed with, she was on CNN recently, and they kind of called her out about how she participated in toxic politics like a boss. She said, "You're right," and I humbly, she accepted accountability, which is something that you never see the president ever do. You rarely see politicians do that. I was just talking about that yesterday, about the Mormon religion and how prophets refuse to apologize for the atrocities and for the things that the church has, I'm picking on the Mormons, but, the devastating things that they did, the massacres that they were involved with, the human trafficking, yes, that they were involved in, the racist doctrine, the detriments that they've had to the LGBTQ, the amounts of suicides, the sexual abuse that they've covered up, and they will never fucking apologize for that. And that doesn't seem very Christ-like. So this journey has been really interesting for me. But anyway, yeah, the world is kind of crazy. You see, Israel is finally being recognized as for the horrible atrocities that they are committing, and the audacity to do it in the name of religion or whatever the fuck that they can justify it for. People are waking up to the amounts of money, our hard work that is being paid to people. We're seeing corruption be exposed at the highest fucking level. It's overwhelming. And so, of course, there would be a big reset. And she talked about, like, in 2020, there being, that was like the first awakening. And then we had COVID. And I know this is going to sound crazy, and I'm going to sound like my tinfoil hats, and I'm okay with that. But I was totally on board with the COVID. I have to get my vaccines. Although I was still having to work. I was working in a hospital. I was getting paid shit. And, I judged people that didn't want to. Hey, stop it, Pancho. I judged people that. Chingao, Pancho. That, it was definitely a dividing part in history, but it wasn't just dividing, it was also unifying. I mean, I know during that time, I got to spend more time at home. I got to cook more. I got to be with my daughter more. And I think for other people, that's where they were able to spend more time working on themselves and doing their own rabbit holes and journeys, and people would probably make fun of a lot. Unfortunately, in typical fashion, evil will distort the truth and use people's insecurities to foster to foster division. And so you saw that happen, especially during that time when the George Floyd riots happened and things like that. So it was a really critical time. And so I think what's happening now in the Archangel novella is the archons, the evil cabal is really tripping out, because people are really waking up. And yes, this story is fictional, but I'm telling you, I am 100% woke. I am awake. And so in this story, they have tried once again to reset or cause calamities, but Mother Nature isn't having it. And the cool thing is, the universe is, whether you believe in a higher power or not, I hope you can believe in your physical self. You are part of the universe, you are part of one, and there are cosmic laws. There are laws of the universe, and I hope that you can believe in things like karma or balance. And I really do believe, even if you don't understand what is happening in the world, if you can just have a little bit of faith, heal yourself enough to know that if you keep doing the next right thing, if you keep trying to heal your own wounds, you can't feel the fear that they want you to feel. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. And that is the whole purpose of why I do this Earth Angel Project, is to try and help people understand. You know, I struggled with alcoholism for a long time, and I'm very grateful that it's been 4.5, almost 5 years of being alcohol free. And I never thought I would be able to get to that point, and especially in the last 2 years, where it's been incredibly challenging. I haven't even been tempted. I really haven't. Not like I used to be. It's not that crutch anymore. It's not that crutch. And I don't even use CBD or THC, which I don't think is a bad thing. I mean, everything in moderation, of course. But, you know, working and doing the things that I'm doing, I've just learned to be completely, fully sufficient, and have done a lot of meditation and internal healing. So I'm off all types of big pharma medications. I'm not saying I won't use CBD or THC again. I will probably use some tinctures in the near future. But as for now, you know, I'm really grateful that I'm able to even work on this project and not be like, oh, she's tripping, literally, or she's on medication, or she's this and that. Whatever. People are going to have their opinions, and that's fine. But I am so grateful for being able to be a part of this. And so she's going on about the archons, you know, and this is so different from religion, and it sounds so sci-fi, but it's part of the Earth Angel story. Whether I want to believe it or not, it is part of the Earth Angel story. It has been from day one. It was from dreams and storytelling that I've been telling for 2 years now. And I remember even saying it out loud and being like, whoa, that's really crazy, Terry. You know, that this small rock, Earth, was created by a demigod who is cruel and allows people like Trump and Epstein and Netanyahu and Putin and all these fuckers and Hitler to come into power, to cause destruction. It's a cruel and jealous God. It's one that forces you to worship. It's one that demands you pay 10% in order to come into it. It demands that you worship no one but only him. And it's not the God of light. It's not. So when you ask the questions like, how can God allow this to happen? Well, it's because he's not a good God. And I know that's going to piss off some people. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to tell the truth. And I'm telling a totally different story of Jesus now. I can 100% see, literally, I can see it in my mind's eye, how and why Christ was crucified. I do believe he existed. I do believe he tried to tell this story. And how horrible for them to trademark Jesus, literally, and warp his message solely for control. And it's just heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. So people part of the evil cabal, they know, like the Masons and all of those secret societies, they know exactly who, and they're not lying to us in the sense of, you know, they're worshiping the God, that the creator, technically, but he's a fucking evil, probably small penis, little bisexual, unhealed piece of shit type of God. Like, and that's why people like Trump and Putin and all those fuckers are in the positions that they're in. They're probably a lot like this very dark and dense and false god that hides behind Catholic robes and churches that, you know, it's the best con. It's the most evil one to use actual Christ and hide behind Christ. I mean, you got to admit that when you see things like sex abuse scandals in churches, and these are from leaders of the church, and you got to wonder, like, how, if these people are prophets, or if these people are supposed to be leading the one true church on earth, how is this possible to happen? If this church is able to accrue over $300 billion, and they're just focused on real estate and businesses, but not on humanity, and they're just focused on ornate temples to do baptisms for the dead and work for the dead. Like every Mormon that goes, and they tell Mormons, you need to keep going so that you can stay connected to Source. But you do temple work, rituals for dead people. Most of them you don't even know. You sit as a vessel and you commit them to this demigod, a Masonic dark god. And I don't think people do it intentionally. I mean, I know I didn't. I literally did baptisms for the dead when I was 12. And I thought I was doing the right thing because I thought I belonged to the one true church on earth. And it's far from that. It's the one church that didn't protect me when I was a teen. As Megan Kelly would say, or Megan R. Kelly would say, not a big deal. So, it's just amazing how everything in my life and my past has brought me to this moment right here, to where I'm working on this project and I'm healing and I'm praying that I am connecting, or will be connecting, to other people to help them see what I see. And that is the divinity in each one of us, that we are all part of God. We are of royal DNA. And the archons are the people that literally chose not to be of light. Literally chose. And in doing so, you're not connected to Source. So what do you have to do? You have to suck the life out of people that are connected to Source. Even if they don't know that they're gods. They're children of God. We are fucking children of the universe. We have the divine light, and people like a Trump, or like, all these evil, Bill Clinton, you can say them, okay? It doesn't even matter what politics. Anyone that is dark and vile would require the literal sacrifice of people of light, especially people that don't know their divinity. And it's such a cruel con. And then you have people like the elite who know the deception, who know of the false veil that's been put over people. And instead of trying to help others, they become a part of the elite. They become a part of the industry, the politics, a part of the churches, a part of the money. They are fed by all the 7 deadly sins. And those are people that I posted a song last night. My hero, my idols lied to me on my own TV. Da, 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 da. Oh, that girl, she sings so good. And then she ends it with, fuck you a lot. I love it. Anyway, but all this craziness I've been saying for 2 years, the same music I've been posting, the same songs, like, it's really becoming visible, whether people want to believe me or not. That's okay. I don't care. I want people to find out on their own. But we live in crazy, crazy fucking times. And if we can believe, movies that have some fantastical, supernatural, sci-fi stuff, is it really that hard to believe that something like that could actually be happening right here, right now? Some sort of matrixy type of, and we're all a part of it. We were born, or reincarnated, if you want to believe, for this specific moment in time, to all wake up together. Not all of us. We'd hoped for that. Some of us aren't waking up, and that's okay. That's part of my lesson, is part of letting go of toxic relationships, toxic friendships, toxic family that don't see my light, and that's okay. And I release them, and I wish them redemption, and I wish them healing, but I know that they can't be a part of my journey anymore. And does that make me sad? Yeah. Yeah, it does. It makes me sad for my daughter too. But I understand this journey, having to learn to think for yourself, having to learn to be fucking accountable for everything you have done and you have accrued in your life, it's not easy. Oh God, it's not easy at all. But is it fucking worth it? Yes. And so yes, my wish for every person is that you hit rock bottom. I know, makes me cruel. It's funny how the way the universe works, and there's two parts to that. Of course, the karmic people, I certainly pray and hope, and we're seeing it, that the evil cabal, or the people that are doing horrible things or have done horrible things, I mean, I hope the Clintons are shaking in their boots right now. I hope that they hit rock bottom, because they got away with a lot for a long time. Same with the Trumps. I hope they are petrified, because there's only one of two things that can happen to them. They can self-destruct, which is probably what will happen, or they can break open like I did. And the only way to redemption is through that rock bottom, is through looking in the fucking mirror and seeing who you are. And fortunately, I can say, and judgment or not, I don't give a fuck if people say I'm being judgment. I have not done the shit that these cunts have done, intentionally, cruelly. These are people that have disconnected from the light, and they have the audacity to think of us as lower, darker beings, when the reality is they live off of our energy just to fucking exist. The fucking audacity. These pale-skinned motherfuckers. They have the audacity to create societies that treat us, the darker, the more different we are than these pale pieces of shit, to treat us like we're nothing. Genocide is nothing to them. To create wars for money, for material things, for power, it's enough to drive you crazy. So let me see how many. I'm already 30 minutes in. I was hoping to kind of cover, and I won't go too long because I can't do lives anymore. But there is something that I posted after the Archon stuff. I love this guy. His name's Morg Official. I found all of Jesus's secret teachings in the Bible, so you don't have to. And he posted it yesterday, and I was just like, I will, hang on one second. Getting a little chilly in here. turn off my, excuse me, my fan. Maybe you can hear me a little bit better. And I'm going to light an incense. Where the hell did it go? Okay, let's see if there's, nope. Need to get me some more incense. So Morg is an ex-Christian. He has a channel on YouTube. It's called Morg Official. And I really like it. I'm not saying I agree with everything that he puts on there, but I like his channel because it makes me think. And honestly, it's kind of crazy that this story, this Earth Angel story, that I have dreamt of, that my ancestors have told me, and I know that sounds crazy, but what I believe to be the truth of the Earth Angel or origins and so forth, you know, I didn't know how to articulate or to express what I was dreaming, what I was feeling, what I knew to be true. And I came upon his channel earlier this year, and I was really blown away by him kind of validating a lot of the stuff that I had been speaking of, even channeling like Mary Magdalene and the Sophia, and it was just stuff that was, it kind of scared me, to be honest with you, because this is stuff I've never known. I was raised so strictly Christian in this little box, Mormon box of all things. So it was really crazy to be like, wow, how did I know that? And thank God I found someone that articulates it way better than I do, and, you know, translates it to a way that can help. I like, he's younger, and I think that he can, he's got a great sense of humor. God, I would really encourage you to watch what he posted, especially today's message was very, very, very profound. And I would listen to it all, but it would take forever to upload. And honestly, I think it's important that, let me see.
Jesus hid a secret message in the Bible itself, and the church never wanted you to see it. Yeah, in this video, we're decoding the actual hidden teachings of Jesus in the Bible, and you're going to discover that you could be God. The God of this world might actually be the devil. Repent doesn't mean what you've been told, and by the end, you'll see why Jesus himself might actually be Lucifer the Lightbringer. Yeah, you heard that right, and that's just a few of them. I'm going to expose 9 hidden teachings of Jesus that were buried for nearly 2,000 years, and they're hiding right inside your Bible. And I'm warning you now, each one gets more insane than the last. If you've ever felt like something about religion doesn't add up, like there's more to the story, this video is literally made for you, because this is the secret code buried in scripture that reveals who and what you really are. My name is Morg. I'm an ex-Christian exposing hidden knowledge to wake the world the hell up. So don't blink and don't scroll, because if you make it to the end of this video, you're not just gonna learn something, you're gonna wake the hell up. So let's go decode the Bible right now. All right, before we dive into the madness, there's something.
So as soon as I started listening to that, you know, my old school Mormon Terry was like, Jesus is the devil. I mean, that's what I thought. And that's that's clickbait, by the way. He's not saying that he's the devil. It's listen to it. It's Lucifer is a name called light bearer, and it's really interesting to see how religions have twisted things. Basically, essentially, his story is saying that Christ did come, Jesus did come to the earth. He was a mystic. He was someone that realized who the archons were, or who these false churches and false politicians and false people were. And he basically calls them out and say, you know, you don't serve the right God. You serve this dark demigod. And they were like, well, fuck, we're gonna have to kill him, you know. He articulates it so much better than I ever could. But I would definitely encourage, there were a few moments in there where I was just like, whoa, like it connected with my soul. And definitely connects the whole Earth Angel novella. And it talks about light workers and light bringers. And the best thing, and it's funny because, yesterday when I went to the, put this up real quick, when I went to the thrift store, one of my favorite things to do is look for books, and I found Light is the New Black. And oh, this is such a good book. I pray that you hit rock bottom. Inauthenticity no longer stands a chance. We're entering in a time in history where we're moving from patriarchy to matriarchy, forced to flow, masculine and feminine to balance. A time where inauthenticity no longer stands a chance. Gone are the days when we are rewarded for being good girls and boys just because we stick things out, we do our time, and we live the life of a lemming. Perhaps you've noticed in your own life, friendships that once felt like they'd last forever are drifting. Relationships that you've been clinging to are hanging by a thread. It's becoming harder and harder to show up to that job every day without your heart in it, and perhaps it's getting impossible to put on that chirpy face and fake your way through the day, or pretend you care about stuff that you don't. Pretending takes effort, and effort leaves us depleted. Life is throwing things at us to bring us back to the most authentic, fluid version of ourselves. Our foundations are being shaken, with only parts of us rooted in authenticity able to survive. Relationships, jobs, friendships, things that we once took for granted, they're all falling away. It can be painful. Change almost always is, especially when the change happens to impact the very foundation below us. The rug is being pulled, and many of us have no choice but to find somewhere new to put down our roots. Somewhere the ground is fertile and the view is sweet. The more we resist the ebbs and flows of change, the harder it gets. It's as if the tectonic plates of our lives will continue to shake until we loosen our grip, let go of the reins, and throw our hands up in the air and cry, I surrender. It's not until this moment that you can ask your soul to lead. Amen. Work your light. What is becoming harder and harder for you to hold? What is becoming harder and harder for you to hold on to? What is the universe trying to tell you? My old beliefs. The universe is trying to tell me the truth. Your soul knows the quickest way home. You only lose what you cling to. You're either in flow with the universe or you're not. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are the things we most need to let go. The boyfriend, the coffee, the job, the friendship, the vino, the overworking, the people-pleasing. Whatever external thing you cling to in an effort to feel whole or like you're enough. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space. The one that is desperately scary to leave empty. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. And we cast a shadow on our light. We cling on tightly because deep down we know that unless we control, we cling to, we hold on, we feel that relation, job, or insert your thing here, that might not stay on its own accord. But in loosening our grip, we open space for the light to come in. And heal the parts of us that doesn't feel whole. As A Course in Miracles tells us, Whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. We can find the courage to surrender. Then that thing we once clung to will either way stay on its own accord or be replaced by something that is beyond any of our wildest dreams. Loosen your grip. Grace is coming. It might be uncomfortable at first, but I promise it will be worth it in the end. Work your light. What am I clinging to for fear of nothing coming to take its place? The world needs you cracked open. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Leonard Cohen. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. This Earth Angel Project has definitely done that. Listening to Morg and those teachings just doesn't even mean I have to believe in it, but just, which I do, but I had to be cracked open and open-minded enough to listen to something, to even listen to that. That's how brainwashed and conditioned I was. I'm so grateful that our younger generation hopefully isn't as indoctrinated as Generation X, right? Is that what I am? Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It is the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we could only dream possible. But first, we have to crack us open. And sometimes, it hurts like hell. It's nature's way, and whether you let it happen or not, it is going to happen. So surrender to the process and let life do its thing. It'll be worth it. It's how the light gets in. And so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for now, but I think that with everything that's going on in the world and how crazy things are, I think that's what we need to do. Let them happen. Demand to know the truth, even if it's devastating. You got to be open and willing to let go and wonder, why do you want, like I said earlier, one of my hardest things is letting go of old beliefs. I don't want to, that's all my ego. I don't want to believe that I spent 50 years believing a lie about who Christ was and what he came to teach. But if I look at it from the perspective Christ was trying to teach me, then I realized this is exactly where I needed to be, and this journey was exactly what I needed to go through. And suddenly all those horrible things, including the rapes, including losing my child, including being separated from everyone that I love and know, it's not as detrimental or as devastating as I thought it was. It's a beautiful part of my story, and it's definitely a part of my cracking open. I would have stayed asleep had not everything happened exactly as it has so far. So that is my wish for you, that you are cracked open. Let me see if there's anything good in this one. So this is a book about signs, the secret language of signs. And this one was already highlighted. I'm excited to read. I'm going to spend some time reading this one. I'll probably come back on later to do a video. And it really ties into what I've been saying, like every little thing, even what I wore or what I ate today or how everything is synchronized. It's such a weird concept, but there are signs everywhere. Have you seen that movie Lucy? And in the end, I know, spoiler alert, she vanishes and she says God is everywhere. Like, and every synchronicity and every video and every movie, whether you deem it demonic or not, everything, it has a story to tell in it. There's a purpose for it. And I know that's hard to wrap your head around, but when you do wrap your head around that, you don't look at things, they're not as fearful for you, they're not as scary, they don't have as much control over you, because you know it's part of the universe, you know it's part of the synchronicities. I know I don't articulate it as well as I could, and that's why I love this project, because I find people and books and stories, like who would have thunk that some of these things would align specifically with what I am talking about. It is now time to regain the, okay, so in every moment the universe is whispering to you. There are messages for you carried on the winds. There is wisdom for you in the morning songs of the birds outside of your window, in the soft murmurs of an ebbing sea. Even ordinary, everyday events in your life carry communications from the realm of spirit. Right now, as you read this paragraph, you're surrounded by personal messages from the world around you. Whether you are conscious of it or not, you are always encircled by signs. Of course, your night hours are filled with signs that appear in your dreams. However, no less valid are the signs that encompass you in your waking life. Signs are powerful indications that can give you understandings about yourself and insights about direction in your life. They can also reflect what is occurring in your subconscious mind beneath your conscious awareness. In times past, the people understand and know how to interpret these portents and omens. In fact, the entire design of a tribe or even a nation was often decided by signs. However, as technology expanded, people became more and more isolated from their connection to Earth and their inner wisdom. Most lost their ability to listen to the secret messages around them and to see the signposts giving personal guidance at that every moment. That's what I love about the Native American traditions, is they are definitely connected to the Earth and the signs of the world. It is now time to regain this lost ability. Our planet is changing very quickly, and in the face of this rising tide of change, we need to remember how to taste the message in the wind and how to listen to the gentle voices in the clouds. This ability will be increasingly important in the years ahead. As we hurtle into the 21st century, so this was in the 90s, there is an accelerated awakening of planetary consciousness. We are entering a time of signs and omens. There's never been a more powerful time in the history of our planet to realize our magnificence. Signs can show us the way. It is now time to relearn how to listen to the whispers of the universe. My journey into the realm of sign importance began when I was very young. In fact, I don't remember. Very cool. I'm going to go ahead and stop there, though. I'm looking forward to reading this. Oh, it's cool. This actually has a reference to, like, if you have a dream. Like animals. Okay, I just pulled up. It's like a little dictionary. Animals. See also entries for individual animals. Animals can be a sign of primal, instinctive part of your being. If the animals are wild and ferocious, they can represent the primitive, aggressive parts of your nature. If the animals are tame, they can represent the controlled expression of your instinctual nature. And if they are wild and free, they can symbolize your connection to nature. There is one, I remember I saw bulldog. I'm going to have to see this, see if it's still in here. Let's check if you're in here, Panchitos. Brother. Interesting. Well, I'm going to be playing with this one for a while. I thought I saw one with bulldog. There it is, bulldog. A bulldog has tenacity and holding power. Seize the opportunity and don't let go. Hang in there. Hear that, Pancho? A bulldog can also be a sign of defiance. If someone is defying you, or do you need to stand up for yourself and defy authority? I like that. Very cool. So I'm excited about this. I'm going to keep working on my Earth Angel project. But if anyone is watching, I would definitely encourage, watch everything that I post. No, I'm just kidding. But definitely what Morg posted today about the Jesus secret teachings in the Bible. And it just doesn't mean you have to believe it, but the concept is, it makes a lot of sense. And it makes me love and appreciate Jesus even more for the riddles and the parables that he left us to be able to figure this fucking matrix out. And it hurts my soul, of course. It breaks my heart that it has been manipulated in so many ways in religion, but I also understand that that is part of the universal story. And I just love that I'm a part of this story right here at this time in the universe. I honestly always believed that, see, that's a funny thing about a lot of these religions. There is some truth to them. It's how they get away with a lot of this shit. Not everything is bad in there. They really do try and teach you good values, but they manipulate it so that it's only for the people that they deem worthy. And the reality is, we are all worthy. We are all literal children of God. And I think the world is waking up to that. And I know Christ, that's exactly what he wanted for us. And there are many people connecting to Christ consciousness. Many people. And that, if there's any way that I can help people to get there, then by all means, I'm going to do everything in my power to do so, even if it at the risk of losing everyone in my life and at the risk of sounding crazy as fuck. I've been called worse. I'm good with that. All right. I love you. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday, and I hope this inspires you to take your own spiritual journey. I promise you, it'll get you through some really crazy times, and that's what we're living in, some very fucking crazy times. But you'll be able to handle it with humor, a little bit of laughter, even in these dark things, and also with some grace, because you'll understand why it's all happening. And the one thing you won't have, which is what they depend on, is fear. You won't have that fear anymore. And that's how we change the world. Love you.